Royal Turmoil. Ooni of Ife's bold support for Queen Naomi sparks jealousy and palace power struggle again and again in the palace. Yes, you heard me well. Just a few days ago, we brought a report to you that Ooni of Ife, after much pressure and accusations of not supporting Queen Naomi enough, came out publicly for the first time to throw his full weight behind Queen Naomi. And recalling that support for Queen Naomi, he was said to have prayed for Queen Naomi's eventual uh, um, release, and saying that he was going to do everything within his power to ensure that she is released. Okay, that expectedly has left in its wake, the turmoil that is now beginning to gather in the palace as it is being reported. Okay, so Ooni of Ife's recent public declaration of support for Queen Naomi, pledging to do everything within his power to ensure her release and to ensure that justice is also done, has sent shock waves, through the royal palace. Okay, and while Queen Naomi remains incarcerated, as you all know, her influence appears to grow stronger by the day, casting a long shadow over the palace and its occupants. Okay, you see, Queen Naomi may be far away in Agodi Correctional Center or facility as you want to have it, but then she's still having serious impact in what is happening in the palace, despite her absence. Okay, because that is what this whole story is pointing to right now. Okay, so what was intended, by the Ooni of Ife as an act of loyalty and compassion, for someone who is in need, his loved one, his beloved Queen Naomi that is in need of his attention at this time, and just for him to show compassion, that compassion has now inadvertently sparked, a sort of storm of intrigue, jealousy, and rivalry among the Ooni of Ife's wives. And one cannot really fathom why this is happening. Because what do they rather prefer? That, according to the rumors out there, that their enemy should buy in the correctional center? Don't she deserve to be, supported? Is that what they are saying by this act of jealousy and rivalry that is coming from nowhere? Well, behind the opulent walls of the palace, tensions are rising, according to the report, and alliances are shifting in a tale laced with resentment, suspicion, and whispers of darker forces at play. Okay? So, this is not the first time we are seeing things like this, and I'm not surprised, myself, because just before the stampede happened, we've heard of gang up, several gang up, we've heard of alliances, several alliances, and they don't seem to have an end. And what we are having, excuse me, what we are having right now as a result of that open support for Queen Naomi by our dear Kabisi is just reiterating what has always been there, what we've always known. Okay, so for some of the Oni's wives, his public support for Queen Naomi feels like a betrayal. I don't get it. Betrayal of what again? Where is this coming from, for God's sake? To label this support as betrayal, this is serious, really, really serious. So, despite Naomi is no longer in the palace, okay, and I think maybe her rumored pregnancy with Oni's child has reignited her presence in his life, sort of. Yours sincerely did a story about this. We did a story about the emergence of that pregnancy rumor, and just hours later, this open affection and support for Queen Naomi came from Ooni of Ife Palace. And in that my story, I did ask, could it be connected to the pregnancy rumor that emerged, or is just a coincidence? Well, like I always say, I wouldn't know. I'm not in his mind or soul or heart or whatever to know. Okay, but if it's a coincidence, then that should be a beautiful coincidence, I must say. Okay, but some wives see this as a direct threat to their standing and influence, thereby fueling jealousy and insecurity as usual. Okay, and there was this report that was even that is out there saying that okay, Oletik, was alleged to have said, I'm going to quote what they said. She said now, she may not be here, but her shadow is everywhere. So the Oni's gesture meant to unify. Maybe the palace has instead fractured the delicate balance among his wives, each vying for his attention and favor even more than before. So I don't know why every time the name of Queen Naomi is mentioned, a kind of tribulation or whatever, it's kind of unsettled the wives in the palace right now. And I don't know why. Honestly, I don't know why. Okay. So as Queen Naomi's supporters, all of us, including myself and you listening to the sound of my voice, as all of us are rallying outside the palace, outside everywhere, we can find ourselves inside at different battle rages. Rivalry among wives has intensified as they scramble to protect their positions. But if you ask me, what positions are they really protecting at this time, for God's sake? What are they protecting? Okay, so it is reported that rivalry among the wives has intensified because now they are scrambling, to protect their positions. And whispers, as usual, of secret meetings and clandestine plots, circulates with some wives reportedly, attempting to discredit Naomi further by leaking damaging information to the media. My brother and my sister, what damage will they ever do that has not been done already? What are they leaking? Please go ahead and leak whatever you leak. At the end of the day, everything will boomerang on their heads as is already happening. Okay? Some other Ifa wives, however, choose subtler methods, according to the report. Some of them are offering counsel to Ooni of Ife, while subtly sowing doubts about Naomi's intentions. Can you imagine this? Is this not witchcraft? In Nigerian parlor, they say, not be juju be this. How can someone be down there going through what she's going through? I mean, for the reason of trying to ameliorate the sufferings of the underprivileged kids, and all you can do, is this not cowardly? That someone is already down there, uh, uh, um, suffering for what she knows nothing about, and all you can do is to further make complicate things for her and talk bad, against her in that her situation. For me, this is the height of, cowardly behavior. I must say, with no apology, really. Okay, that is if this story that is coming out at this time is true. Yes, I have to emphasize that because the story we are giving you right now, is not 100% exact. We cannot guarantee the authenticity or the 100% correctness of this story. Okay. So, but in the world of Yoruba royalty, their tradition and spirituality are deeply intertwined. It is not surprised that rumors of witchcraft have surfaced also. Omo, now, wow. So some palace insiders have whispered that one or more of Yoni's wives have sought the help of powerful spiritualists to undermine Queen Naomi's growing influence. You see, they can always try, like I keep saying, but at the end of the day, I'll be telling everyone that cares to listen that Queen Naomi is going to come out stronger and bigger at the end of the day, regardless of whatever the case, the outcome of the case tomorrow. I tell you, the popularity of Queen Naomi will continue to soar. Okay. But now, what began like a quiet discontent has now morphed into an open resentment. And the wives are divided into factions. Those who see Naomi's potential return as inevitable and align themselves with her for protection, and those who view her as an enemy, to be neutralized. If you want to neutralize her, what else? How do what have you not neutralized her enough? Okay, so some of the far wives, I still question why everything seems centered around Queen Naomi, despite her being incarcerated. Why should she be celebrated when we are here, carrying the weight of the palace every day, blah, blah, blah. They said one wife even rumored to have said during a heated exchange that the tension has even spilled over. Excuse me. So the rumor out there is that one of the wife has said, why should she be celebrated? I mean, how is this a business? Because as far as they're concerned, even with the Agodi Correctional Center where Queen Naomi is, with the news that is coming out every day around her, they still feel she's being celebrated one way or the other. Can you imagine this? Now, caught in the middle of this brainstorm is our dear Kabiesi himself. Somebody who wanted to come out to at least show to the people that, look, I'm with this woman. Look at where he has now found himself. So while his love and respect for Naomi are evident in his action, especially this recent public show of support, everything also has also exposed the cracks, in the unity of his household by the reaction of these women. Okay? The thing is, with everything going on, I want to say that Ooni of Ife remained resolute, reportedly telling those closest to him what is right must be done, even if it angers the gods of jealousy. I love this. I love this. Even if it angers the gods of jealousy. Of course, we have a lot of gods of jealousy in and around the palace wall. And for him to have made this comment at this time is so epic for me, honestly. Still, the burden of maintaining peace in his household while navigating the complex political and spiritual implications of Naomi's case weigh heavily on him. Okay, so as Queen Naomi's bail hearing takes place tomorrow, the palace becomes a cauldron of suspense, if I must say. Okay, so why the Oni's unwavering support for Queen Naomi further alienates his wives, from him, pushing them to more drastic measures. Will the rumor of witchcraft escalate into tangible consequence, threatening the stability of the throne itself? I wouldn't know. If anybody is going to pie because of the fact that Ooni of Ife is supporting Queen Naomi at this time, then let that person pie already. I really don't care. Okay? So with everything that is going on right now, only time will tell whether Queen Naomi's empowerment will come at the cost of the palace unity, or whether her journey, so far will inspire a new chapter in the storied history of Ile-Ife. Like I have said in different forums, regardless of how the case goes tomorrow, I want to assure every Queen Naomi fan that she's going to come out victorious, regardless of all the jealousy, the envy. These envies and jealousies has always been there ab initio. Okay, so it's not something that is starting today. I tell you, she is going to come out victorious. She's going to come out stronger. Okay, so I urge every one of Queen Naomi fans at this moment to continue in their prayers until victory is assured soon. Okay, I'm going to be back with another story. God bless you. Bye bye.